Are you thinking about that you need to add an enclosure to your printer to protect it or just make your prints more effective? Well, join me today as we look at the FNATR's Enderbox S1. See you guys inside. Hello and welcome to today's video. We are talking about the FNATR's Enderbox S1. Now this is an enclosure built for a Ender 3 size printer. Now you guys noticing I don't have an Ender 3 in the box. I have a Focus Odin 5 in the box. And they're relatively the same size printers, and it is a wonderful, wonderful box. Today we will go through the assembly of it. You guys can see here's the final project of the configuration I chose. I had to make some mods, but there's a lot of great features on this box that you need to keep in mind. One, you can tell your humidity, you can tell your internal box temperature. The box has its own lighting and air venting. So a lot of great features in a very nice plexiglass box that you can order off Amazon for these guys. The box runs $199. Now, sounds kind of expensive because I can buy an Ender 3 for about $189. Well, in all honesty, this gives you a lot of advantage to making your Ender 3 or similar size printer even better, because you're enclosing it purely in plexiglass, you're sealing it off, you're protecting it, you're getting away from pets, children's hands that might get to it, but also some other features, you're getting air control and you're getting noise control. This is a completely unmodded Odin, factory set Odin. You can hear just from the door, you get a definite sound reduction. So the box gives a lot of great features. It is really quick and simple to put together. I think I put it together in about 20 minutes. Now granted that I did this on a live stream when I did put this together, and it took a lot longer because I was stopping and talking, and we'll see parts of that live stream in the assembly here shortly. But all in all, the quality, the assembly and all of that, and one of the key things I want to point out, guys, the instructions. These are great. These work really well. They're very detailed, very well drawn out, and definitely something you want to keep in mind and track of as you guys go through the process of doing this. So like for me, moving to Savannah, Georgia, this box is going to be integral to my new shop because I'm going to be in a very high humidity area. So definitely important to keep me with good prints. And also, if my dog or children come in the room, they can't get to the printer and affect anything. So enclosures do have a lot of great scalability and use, but before we hop over to the assembly of this and take a further detailed look, if you're new to the channel and curious about all kinds of stuff like this in 3D printing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us. We have a new video usually every Friday and a live stream every Tuesday night at 8:15 Central Standard Time. So definitely something to come check out. Also, if you want to help out the channel, Patreon link is down below in the description. We can always use help in getting cool new products like this to show you guys on the channel, but also it just shows, hey, my channel's worth something here. And we try to be worth everything that we do here. So this is a product review for today, so make sure if you do like the product and you're interested, hit a thumbs up. The Amazon link to this product will be in the description of the video, so definitely go check that out if you're interested in purchasing it. So without further ado, let's head over to the assembly of the box. Without further ado, let's get this thing out of the box and start taking a look at it. So all in all, it's packed really, really well, and the way that it's packed is beautiful. So let's be honest, just first view of the box. Easy to pull it out of the box. Everything is taped in and secure. This looks fantastic. I'm going to grab a tool here to cut the tape so I can start actually getting to it. So everything is taped in, everything is secured. They've got filler blocks to make sure nothing gets damaged. And one of the key things that I like about that, just the first few moments of seeing this enclosure, the book is right on top. I cannot stress how often I have to go digging through a box to get the instructions. Not tonight. So all in all, there's a pretty relatively simple part list. Looks like construction maybe. We got step 1 is part list, step 2 is getting started. Part 2, part 3, step 3, and step 4 and 5. looks relatively simple to me to get started on this. So we are definitely going to get this. And one of the things that is kind of actually caught my attention about this, and I'm actually kind of curious to try, is the filament placement is right up on top. So, and pulls it in, which is great because a lot of these printers, they put the filament arm up on top and pull through. So I'm almost kind of curious if an Odin will fit in here. The Focus Odin 5 would fit in here as well if I use a similar layout, because the Odin 5 is roughly the same dimensions and height as an Ender 3. But that's not what we're here to talk tonight. We're talking about putting the Ender 3 in a nice, safe, secure enclosure to where we can do all kinds of horrible things in these spots, on top and bottom. So this piece with the light and everything in it, this is the top. I'm assuming these are for the doors to sit into. So you put that in the top and bottom, so I don't look so dorky here holding these pieces. I'm going to move that to the side, and I'm going to get the doors because that's where we're moving to next. Oh, me and my worst enemy, the tape. The other thing I didn't point out earlier is built-in thermometer to tell you your percentages and your heat. I think this is actually maybe a yeah, this is a hydrometer. So your moisture level and all that kind of stuff will be told in there. Is what I'm gonna say about it. All right, so all three pieces. You got the fan, the cover, then you've got the cover that the filter will click onto. Your bolts go in between the two, so your filter will click on top of it. Those are those longer screws, and looks like there are 4 of them. Grab those. And we will get these lined up. Whoop, there goes out my filter. I love that the filter is accessible. You can get at it and get that out of there. So that is pretty awesome in my book. Oop, I'm putting the fan on backwards. Cable down towards the bottom. So I just have to keep checking the instructions to make sure I'm doing it right. Last thing I want to do is come back 2 hours later and have to take a bunch of this apart. Because I didn't put a screw in the right place. And I'm pretty sure once we get through these early steps, this is going to start to cruise. We're kind of doing all the pre-stage work right now. But again, this retails at $200 for this enclosure. And honestly, I'm in love with it as it is. So I see the planning, the design, the work, the electrical, that this is a, you know, if you've got 1 or 2 Ender 3s and this is what you're working with and you're stuck in the garage or you got pets or something like that, and you need to make a good professional looking area for a decent cost. Honestly, I've seen enclosures going for a lot more, and these are really well done. I just applaud to the company that that would even consider sending this to me. So this is an expensive enclosure, and I'm loving this. I mean, this is just beautiful. And we're actually going to hopefully start, I think in the next step here, we start really seeing some assembly. So then the filter just clicks in place. Voila. All right. So we got the filter in. So as it was gone, we've gone through the getting started phase. We've put our doors together. We've got the fan now in place. Now it's time to start putting the pillars in, which is looking like a lot of fun here. So let's be about that. We got the pillars. I gotta get them opened up here and untaped. Let's start getting some pillars in here. And you guys can tell they're metal and they're very well done. They're very clean, very well done. And they're definitely meant for the glass to slide in. It's meant for bolting from up underneath. So these are very well put together. I'm very impressed with these. And it's going to give a very nice looking framework here. So I need to get the right bolts to start putting these in from underneath. Sorry guys, this part may be out of view. If it is, I apologize, but all right, there's the frame. So the box is 23 pounds shipped. And yes, I'm sweating. It is 100 degrees outside here. So I see a lot of good in this. So let's move on to the next step. Is we're getting ready. We've got the, I'm not going to put the feet on yet. I'm going to wait to do that for a minute. But next is getting the plexiglass in place. So of course, we've got the front doors, which will just slide in place. Just like that. Put the other one in place here real quick. And those will straighten up as we get the top on. And then looking at where our fan goes over to the side. So we'll get that one in place. And these are channeled for the plexiglass to slide right in. And this, I did it the wrong way. And of course, in my shop, there's some dog hair. Unfortunately, it's gotten static cling, but that's all right because I'll clean all this before I actually move it back into the shop to transport a printer. Slide that down in place, and that should just slide right down and click right in place. Bingo. So let's get the other side rocking here. And you guys can see they've cut these channels, which this is awesome. Again, this attests to the assemblyman and craftsmanship. Is that groove will set down in that slot. So they've made this to really interlink. right, we're going to slide this back piece in. Again, the tongue and groove channeling. There's a spot back here for the power cord, which is beautifully done. The 4 feet setting. Of course, we've got to finish up here by putting the top on. So what you would do right now is this is when you put your printer in. You get this in position, put your printer in, then you bolt on the top. I'm not going to put a printer in it today, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it. So I want to definitely get this put together, which honestly, there's not that much left other than flipping this over, making sure these 2 little tubes in the front do not slip out, which just happened. Which bonus points, they sent extras of these little copper tubes. There we go. I'm going to get my door on that. I'm going to come over here and get my other door set in there. Get them kind of settled in here. And basically some 4 bolts will go in. I'll do some electronics. So the power cord for the printer actually goes through a hole back here. There's a hole that you can put the cord in. You have to put it in during assembly. All right. So we got our USB-C cable. I'm gonna have to slide this over on the bench so I can get to my bench's USB-C cables. And they don't send the actual plug piece, but hey, guess what? I have one. All right. So fan, away it goes. Very quiet. And for brightness, hang on. I don't know if this will make it more visible or not. You guys can see the light going on and off. Looks fantastic. The fan, whisper quiet. I love it. I love this. I love this. I love the hygrometer. I love the temperature, the percentage of moisture inside. It's just beautiful. Having the cable port back here, having the matchups for the points. I'm going to give it a good Windex on the plexiglass. USB-C type is great. For this product, I like it. I like it a lot. Matt, very much thank you for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. This print enclosure is going to get very much love because the Creality enclosures are like a pop-up tent. They're very kind of derpy, droopy, and they don't really fit the printer all that well. This is custom precision design right here. I mean, this is beautiful. Now, unfortunately, it won't fit like the Ender 3 Max or the S1 Pro yet, but wow, I like this. I like this a lot. I like the layout for the cabling. I like just the way this is laid out, especially for an Ender 3 V2. This is perfect placement for the power cord back here. The Ender 3, yeah, you have to pull it over here to the side, but there's still plenty of room. The grooves for the feet to sit in there. I'm a little worried that my current Ender 3 and Ender 3 V2 won't fit in here because they're modded. Why they can be needed, what usefulness they can do. I mean, with air filtration, protecting from the printer from kids and pets, to just being a great tool all around and a great way to protect your printer and climate control it if you have to put the printer in a variable environment, like say your printer has to live in the garage. The printer is going to stay warm, maybe even hotter. You may be able to turn your temps down a little bit, but all in all, an enclosure like this is a great way to secure and control your printer. Now, humidity wise, while in here is humid controlled, the filament spool sitting out here will not be. So actually what I probably would do with mine is, instead of putting the filament arm, is I'm going to put my filament heater right here and have the filament feeding out of my heater directly into the box. That way there's no humidity. There's only a brief little bit of time that the filament can get exposed to humidity. So that's probably what I'm going to do here. So definitely kind of one of those things, but it is definitely well built. The price tag at $199 for all this plexiglass, all the precisioning, $199 is a steal, in my opinion. So I've seen other enclosures that try to come up to this price point that are just crazy. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed everything you just saw as the assembly of this and getting it put together. The Odin 5 works well in here. It's meant for the Ender 3 and Ender 3 V2 is the original design concept. I think the box has a lot more potential just past those printers. You guys can see I made a slight modification of a filament feeder hole in the center here to accommodate my Odin and honestly my Prusa MK3. So great box, great features, great functionality, great sensors, great assembly, smooth, everything's machine precision, which is fantastic for this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Remember, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and also leave me that thumbs up. And if you have any questions about this, definitely leave me a comment down below. Also, when looking at this, check out the description below. There's a link to it out on Amazon. That is my affiliate link that does help me out with the channel as well. So thank you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys in the next video.